Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, October the 16th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. The defendants are present in the courtroom. They have been sworn in. The first case we're going to call is C4752-24-8, State of Texas versus Gilberto Barrientos.
Good morning, Your
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Habla inglés?
No.
Hang on just a minute, Victoria.
Okay,
The client is present. He does not speak English. I don't know if you're aware, but he does have an ICE hold on his case.
yes, Your Honor. For that reason, I wanted to announce that we're going to be withdrawing our motion to reduce bond. And plus, he also has a revocation in court 5.
Okay. All right.
So we'll
Just
file
the
a
non-suit.
non-suit. We will, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
May I be excused? Have a good day.
You too. Have a good afternoon. Thank you. Next case we're going to call is C4768-24-L, State of Texas versus Julio Fuentes.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You speak English, Mr. Fuentes? Okay, go ahead and stand in the middle of the room. Jaime Aleman, this is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Judge, good afternoon. Judge, my client Julio Fuentes before this honorable court got 5 counts of burglary building, which are still pending indictment at this point. He has been in custody since October the 4th. At this point, he is being detained on a total amount of bonds of $80,000. To be honest with you, I do not have the benefit of the probable cause as far as the understanding of these burglary buildings. As the court's aware, they're all state jail felonies. Speaking to my client, essentially, he was going through difficult financial times, living on the street, quite frankly, and was in need of sustenance and was breaking into buildings for food and basic money to survive, Judge. No violent offenses are being described here, Judge. He is, as mentioned, indigent. I am here as court-appointed counsel. He is a U.S. citizen. And respectfully, Judge, we're asking for reduction on each of these bonds, 5 bonds that are currently holding him.
What says the state?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Yana Sepulveda on behalf of the state. Judge, at this time, the state is amenable to a reduction of $5,000 cash security on each count, Judge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts. Mr. Fuentes, where do you live, sir?
I don't have a house.
You're homeless?
Yes, sir.
At some point, they're going to send a letter to you to notify you when you have court. And if you don't have an address where you can receive mail, what's going to end up happening is you're not going to get notice. They're going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're going to end up back in jail. Do you not have any? Where were you born?
Yes, sir, Texas.
You have any family here in Hidalgo County?
The reason why I came back over here.
Not asking you that, sir. How long have you lived here in Hidalgo County?
I don't live here.
Okay. Bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety on each count. 1, 2, well, let's see. On the 2 that are set at 10, bond will be reduced to, you agreed to 5,000 on each count, Ileana?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety on each count, so it's times 5. Make bond, sir. Make sure you stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Don't leave Hidalgo County.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Jaime?
Yes, Judge, actually, I am also covering for Lucy Regalado and 2 other cases at the court's convenience, just to let you know, Judge.
Okay. We'll go ahead and call those real quickly.
That'd be great.
C47, you go ahead and have a seat, Mr. Fuentes. C4687-24-E, State of Texas versus Antonio Ramirez Jr. Speak English, correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, that's fine. Hang on just a minute, Jaime.
Sure, Judge.
Okay, you may proceed, Jaime.
Judge, Mr. Ramirez is in detention at this particular time with 4 different counts of state jail felony level thefts, Judge, involving prior convictions, in other words. It looks like there's total bonds of $75,000 holding him, $320,000 and a $15,000 bond. At this particular point, Judge, I understand he's a U.S. citizen, but I'm not completely sure on that. I'm relying on notes from somebody else. At this particular point, Mr. Regalado is court appointed as indigent counsel for Mr. Ramirez, and so respectfully, Judge, we are asking for a reduction on each of these 4 bonds.
What says the state?
Yes, Judge, at this time, the state is in agreement to reduce the first 3, the $20,000 ones to $10,000 and the $15,000 ones to $7,500 cash security, Judge.
Cut 'em in half.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ramirez, where do you live, sir? Who do you live with? In a house or an apartment?
Excuse me?
In a house or apartment? Do you work, sir?
I help him out. He has a repair shop of AC and HVAC.
You just got out, right?
Yes, sir, back in end of February
This year?
of this year, correct.
Are you on parole?
Negative, sir. I did complete my parole.
Okay.
I did write a letter to my attorney. I don't know if she got it yet or not, but it was the same thing for the reduction. I was requesting my family and friends would come up with about 7,500 cash surety for the total of the 4.
If you make bond, sir,
It'll be
I need you to stay away
Yes, Your Honor.
from those locations, the Home Depot,
Yes, Your Honor.
which is there on Sherry Road. I believe it was the one that you allegedly went to multiple times. Quiet, sir, quiet. The one you went to, or allegedly went to, at least on 4 or 5 different occasions. Do not go back to that location. Do you understand me, sir? If I get a report that they see you around there, I'm gonna revoke your bond and put you back in jail. Is that clear?
Correct, Your Honor. Understand.
Bond will be reduced as requested by the state on each one will be cut in half to $10,000 cash surety times 3, and one of them to $7,500 cash surety. Also gonna order, that you be released to AIP officials, which means you'll be under house arrest. AIP officials will come and talk to you, sir, if you make bond, before you're released. They'll have you sign a contract. There's about 20 rules you need to follow on that contract. So you make sure you read it before you sign it, because I don't want to hear any excuses. And I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do this, or I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do that. You're signing it, saying you read it. Don't get arrested, no drugs, no alcohol. You're at home when you're supposed to be home, unless you're working and they give you permission to go to work. Otherwise, you're at home all the time. Do you understand me? No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond. You violate any of those conditions, AIP officials will notify the court, and you're gonna end up back in jail. Is that clear?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead and have a seat. Next case we're gonna call is C 4692-24-I, State of Texas versus Jose Trevino. You speak English, Mr. Trevino?
Yes, sir.
Jaime, this is also one of Luce's, the last case she has. He does have a parole hold. He has a parole hold out of Austin. I'm not sure Mr. Regalado knew that, or if she relayed that information to you.
I don't see that from the notes, Judge, but what I do see is that he is a U.S. citizen, Judge. He's currently in detention on a $10,000 bond due to a special felony of collision involving injury. At this particular point, Ms. Regalado's court appointed as indigent counsel. I understand he's working out of the Brownsville area. He is married with 2 children, and they're expecting another one. So finances are very, very difficult for this family right now, Judge. And so respectfully, Judge, we are asking for, as low a bond as the court could consider, maybe as much as low as $1,000. And, he'll have to sort out the parole hold situation as well. But at this time, we're asking for a reduction.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, at this time, given that the defendant does have a parole warrant, the state would be opposed to a reduction. And we are of the opinion that the bond is reasonable as it's set, Judge.
Mr. Trevino, when were you released, sir?
Beginning of January this year.
How much time you have left on parole?
I believe it's 13 months if I'm correct.
Has anybody from parole come to speak to you here yet?
Yes, I have a new parole. She's new. I don't know if I,
Did they come and speak to you already?
yes,
When?
it was last week on Thursday.
Last week, though, somebody came to speak to you? You understand, if you make bond, they still have to clear you. They're not gonna release you. They still have to come back and decide if they're gonna clear you to be released or if they're gonna just leave you in jail. You understand that, don't you?
Yes.
All right. What city do you live in?
Well, right now I'm living in Donna and 2410 Benita Street.
Where at?
2410 Benita Street.
Who lives there?
My mother.
Is it a house or an apartment?
Uh,
Is that where you were released to for parole?
no, it was my own apartment in Westerville.
Have you notified them of your change of address?
Yeah, the day that she came.
Mr. Alman, he also has a theft charge, basically that happened at the same incident of the collision. Bond on that case is set at $30,000. It's alleged they had an accident, took off from the accident, stole the vehicle, and that's the theft that's pending also. Bond on that case is set at $30,000 cash surety. It wasn't in her motion. Are you making your own motion to amend it?
We are, Judge. We're asking if this court would consider all bonds currently holding him. We are asking for that, Judge.
All right. Bond on the collision involving injury charge will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety. Bond on the theft, where do you work, sir?
It's called not international, I'm sorry. It's at the port. Anfields, basically.
What do you do there?
I'm a fitter, class 3 fitter.
You working there?
Probably since like March.
Right?
Yes.
Bond on the theft charge will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond, sir. And have you tested monthly? Come back positive, you're gonna come back to jail. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. I think that's all she has. Thank you for your help.
Judge, I do appreciate you taking the consideration very much. Have a good day.
Next case, you too. Next case we're gonna call is C-4727-24-E, State of Texas versus Hipólito Lopez. ¿Habla inglés, señor? Español. Chris Cavazos, this is your motion. Just go slow, sir, so we can do the translating. Not sure if you're aware, but he does have an ICE hold.
Yes, Judge, I'm aware he does have an immigration hold. However, Judge, I still believe his bonds are unduly high. They're currently set at $15,000 for DWI third or more. And they're also, he has an unlawful carrying for $15,000 as well. Judge, so respectfully.
The complaint has been filed on that unlawful carry already, Chris.
Okay, Judge, so I guess that was moot.
Yeah, it's 24-117-52G.
Thank you, Judge. So I guess that was moot, Judge, at this time. Respectfully, Your Honor, we are asking for a reasonable reduction, Judge, to $5,000 cash assured and the DWI third or more.
All right. What's his estate?
Your Honor, the state would be opposed to a reduction given the immigration hold. And we do believe that the bond is reasonable as it's set, given the offense is a third or more, Judge.
Mr. Lopez, you have a third-degree felony DWI. The magistrate who arraigned you ordered that upon your release, within 7 days, you have to install, an ignition interlock device or portable, I believe. I don't know if he checked off or it just says he has them both marked off. which is a device that you need to carry with you, and blow on it several times a day to make sure that you're not drinking. If you're driving, you need to have a device installed in your vehicle that you need to blow on every time you try to start the vehicle to make sure that you're not using alcohol. You have 7 days to put that, to acquire those two devices. If you don't do it within 7 days, they will notify the court. We'll have a hearing to see why we shouldn't put you back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Also have an immigration hold on your case, which means that if you do make bond, you'll be released to immigration officials and they may or may not deport you. I know he's got some priors here. I don't know if he was deported in the past or not, but you need to be aware that there is an immigration hold. You know that, correct?
Your Honor, I believe he was on
Go ahead.
probation, Judge, and so he may have a revo that's coming down the pipe.
Felony or misdemeanor?
On the misdemeanor, he pled in February of 2023 to 1 year probation.
Ms. Fuller, do you have the cause number on that one?
I'm sorry, Judge, I think that would already be expired. It would, CR 2208817H. I'm sorry, Judge, that would be already.
Expired probably if you played in February of last year, for a
Right,
year.
right.
Yeah, he was discharged, Judge, 2/5/24 from supervision.
Where do you live, Mr. Lopez? What city?
Edinburgh,
How long have you lived there?
21 years,
You have a house or an apartment?
house,
You rent or own?
homes,
You married?
yes,
You have children?
2 kids, older, like,
Where do you work, sir? What are you asking, Chris? 5,000?
Yes, Judge, cash and surety, Judge.
Bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Make sure you comply with the other conditions, sir, that you get that ignition interlock device. No drinking while you're out on bond. I'm gonna order, if he does get out, weekly UAs. You're gonna be tested once a week. If you come back positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in jail. Do you understand me?
yes.
All right. All right, Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Next case we're gonna call is C4746-24-A, State of Texas versus Eliezer Morales. Speak English, sir? Español, okay. Sammy, this is your motion.
Your Honor.
He's Spanish speaking, just go slow.
Yes, Your Honor. Samuel Reyes for the defendant Eliezer Morales, Your Honor. Judge, this is our request for bond reductions. He's charged with murder, possession of controlled substance, and prohibited substance in a correctional facility. Your Honor, he is a United States citizen, and he does reside in McAllen, Texas. I did file some exhibits, Your Honor. They are on file, and I did forward them. I wasn't exactly sure how to forward them to the court, but I did email them to the court, and I emailed them to Annalise de Leon Vargas, who was the prosecutor that I conferred with about this case, Judge. I don't know if Ms. Sepulveda has those exhibits.
Judge, I don't have any,
I can forward those, and I don't know if the court received those, Your Honor.
When did you e-file them, Sammy?
I e-filed them this morning, Your Honor, and then I did email them to yourself and Annalise this afternoon, about an hour ago.
I checked, well, hang on just a minute. Okay, yeah, I received them. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I just did forward that email to Mr. Pulveda. Judge, those exhibits there will show Exhibit A there has his driver license, passport card, social security card, showing that he is a resident here in McAllen. He's married to Ana Karen Ramirez. He's got U.S. citizen children, a 5-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son that are his biological children that are United States citizens here. He also has 2 stepchildren with Ms. Ana Ramirez. Your Honor, I also have Exhibit B that I'm offering into evidence along with Exhibit A also. It's photographs of him and his children and his family. He's a loving father, plays a very active role in his children's lives. And I've attached numerous photos there showing that he's very active with his family and his family life with his children. He's also gainfully employed, Your Honor. Exhibit C has documents there evidencing his barbershop business and his landscaping business that he has. I've also included some tax returns, some recent tax returns, utility bills, and bank statements also showing that he is earning income and he is spending money. Judge, I also, one more. Judge, we also have some health records for his children, Kendall Morales and Edesal Morales Jr. as Exhibit D. And additionally, Your Honor, he was involved in a major accident. Exhibit E details out that accident that occurred on November the 9th, 2019, that has left him with a head injury and other physical debilitation. It was a serious accident that he is suffering still from the effects of, and that Exhibit D has the report of that major accident along with some medical records from McAllen Medical Center. Your Honor, at this time he doesn't have money in the bank. You can see some of those recent ones. He doesn't make a lot as a landscaper and his barbershop business, but his wife and children do rely on what he does have. It's the sole breadwinner for them. And I do have his family members logged in right now as witnesses, testify to what I'm stating, and they will also contest the fact that he's not a violent person. They've never witnessed him commit any violence. These kind of accusations are totally out of character with his history. And he does not have, my understanding, Judge, he does not have criminal history. And in this case, Judge, we don't believe that the state's case is strong in this matter. He's maintaining his innocence in this case, Judge, and he's innocent, and we're intending to exonerate him at trial. Upon information, I believe, Judge, there was an individual by the name of Jose Ipina Rosales, who was the individual who shot and killed the decedent in this case, who is out on the run, Judge. Given that, Your Honor, we believe that the $500,000 bond on the murder is excessive. Judge, we're asking the court set no more than a $10,000 cash surety bond, considering what he can make, what his family can do, Your Honor, and that the court consider setting PR bonds on the nonviolent drug offenses. The court would consider any type of conditions or combination of conditions, such as AIP, surrendering his passport or ankle monitor, Judge, to secure his presence in court, Your Honor. But he is a U.S. citizen; he will appear in court, Judge. We have these witnesses present, Your Honor. If the court additionally would like to hear from them, these are family members of his wife's sister, Mr. Osvaldo Rodriguez. If I can ask him, Mr. Rodriguez, what is your relation to Eliezer? I'm sorry, sir. Can you unmute yourself?
Good afternoon. I'm a close friend of Eliezer.
Okay, you're a close friend. And what is your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Osvaldo Rodriguez.
thank you, sir. And Ms. Rios, can you state your full name, please?
Verónica Ríos.
Okay, and what is your relation to Eliezer?
¿Me puede decir en español, por favor?
¿Qué es su relación, Eliezer?
Es mi sobrino. Sobrino de mi esposo.
And so, Your Honor, given that he has young children, U.S. citizen children, Your Honor, that's our request, Judge. Or consider 10,000
What's,
on the murder.
what's it? All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, given the nature of the offense and the evidence that the state possesses regarding the surveillance footage, the state is of the belief that the bond is reasonable as it's set, Judge. And however, if the court is going to reduce the bond, we would request that he be ordered to be placed on AIP, and that he be ordered to check in at least once or twice, at least every other week, Judge.
Possession charge or from one of those possession charges are, because these are verifications. When was he arrested on those possession charges? Do you know?
Let me,
You're on mute, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm showing that he was picked up on the 1st of October and then released on the 3rd and then picked up again.
For the murder charge, right?
Right, and then that's how he got the verification.
so
Mr. Morales, what city do you live in, sir? You know your address?
En la Francisca, bueno, vivía en Misión, en la Francisca 112. De ahí ya dejé de vivir. Sí, 112, Francisca.
Mission, Texas. Francisca.
Where do you live now?
Ahorita acabo de regresar para acá. Sí, mi licencia está la dirección de McAllen 2725 de Ico.
27, 27, 25.
Pero pienso vivir con
Texas.
pienso vivir con mi gasto
He's planning to live with his
para arreglar el problema.
son.
Where?
En McAllen. No sé, todavía no me sé la dirección.
It doesn't.
How long have you lived in Hidalgo County?
Tengo del 2019.
It's 2019.
5 years. Where were you living prior to that?
Estuve en California.
California,
2017, 2017 en Houston.
in Houston, 2017, 2018.
Aquí en Texas. Y en el 19 me vine para Macal.
In 2019.
Do you have brothers or sisters or your parents live in Hidalgo County?
No.
All of them Mexican.
Where do your parents live?
En México.
Mexico.
Brothers and sisters?
Hermanos en México.
They're all in Mexico.
How many children do you have?
Dos de sangre y dos de casa.
Two kids and two stepkids.
Bond on the, well, I'm gonna ask that he be, if he does make bond, that he be released to AIP officials, which means you'll be under house arrest, or you can continue working, but you need to notify the AIP officials where you're gonna be working. They're gonna go check to make sure you're where you're saying you're supposed to be. If you're not there, or you're not at home when you're supposed to be, they will notify the court, and you could possibly end up back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond, no weapons. If you have any weapons in your home or ammunition, you need to get rid of them, or get them out of the house, because that's a violation of the AIP and conditions of bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Also gonna order weekly UAs, which means they're gonna drug test you once a week for drugs or alcohol. The first time you come back positive or you don't show up, I'm gonna put you back in jail. You understand me? Bond on the POCS charge will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. Bond on the prohibited substance charge will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. Bond on the murder charge reduced to $100,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, that concludes my business this afternoon. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're gonna call C 4721-24-E, State of Texas versus Abran Beta. Did not bring him?
What's the name?
Abran Beta.
It was at the very end. It was like an added one.
He was from yesterday. But we reset him for today. We added him to the list, right? Yeah, we did.
That was at the very end. Like not on the same list, but like an added.
He wasn't on the initial list, but then we, after yesterday's hearing, we added him because sent another email afterwards to add him for today.
Oh,
Is he here? He done okay?
he should.
He should be, Judge. I think I saw him last week and he was there.
13798. Can you bring it? You wanna take those? You can take those back and bring, whatever, I don't know, whatever's quick.
Urza, you busy?
Yes.
Close by.
Can we take a better Patreon?
Señor Arias, ya se puede desconectar.
Sorry, I'm gonna just put mom away from right now. Raymond.
You're gonna go get him, Tracy. We were here yesterday. I know you were tied up. So we went ahead and, yeah, you can go ahead and take those guys if you want.
That's
we can
fine.
go ahead
I'll
and get
wait.
Started. We can come to agreement maybe or something, and by the time they bring him back.
There's not a good agreement, but yes.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call C 4721-24-E, State of Texas versus Abran Vera.
3750 exactly.
He's not here right now, but they are bringing him. Tracy, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Judge. He's there on 2 counts, burglary of a habitation with intent to commit a felony. One bond is set at 75,000, the other is set at 100,000. He was booked in on October the 3rd of 2024. He is a U.S. citizen. He resides in Starr County. He has 8 children. He usually works in the pipelines. However, for about the last 2 years, he's been doing yard work. He is married. He does have a prior case from 2012 out of Starr County, which was a attempted murder, Judge. However, he did go to trial on that and he was found not guilty. To my understanding, other than that case and maybe like a few misdemeanors in Starr County, that would be all of his criminal history, Judge. We are
What was the
requesting
date of that? What was the date of that attempted murder?
2012.
Okay.
And I know under the Jellings here, he had been pulled over, I guess, booked here on May 10th of 2012 for like some no driver's license and failure to maintain. And underneath that one, the criminal attempted murder is listed. And that's when they actually took him into custody. He went to Starr County, he went to trial, and then he was found not guilty on that.
Okay.
So that is the extent of his criminal history. To my knowledge, Judge, we are asking the court to consider 10,000 cash or surety bonds on each count. Normally I would say with whatever conditions the court would put on him, however, he does reside in Starr County, so I know AIP would not be an option because of that. But whatever else the court would like to put on him, he's willing to comply with that, Judge.
All right. What's his estate?
Judge, the state would be vehemently opposed to any bond reduction in this case, Judge, just given the fact they're fairly egregious, Your Honor. And of course, if the court is willing to reduce the bond, we would ask that he be required to remain in Hidalgo County and that he be placed on AIP and possibly a GPS.
And Judge, just an additional thing, there were some juvies involved in this case. I know they were detained they were detained for about 2 weeks, Judge, and then those juvies have since been released as well. So just for the court's information, I know there's another adult. I'm not sure of the status of the other adult that's an alleged co-defendant on this, but I know that the juvies were detained initially and then released.
Yeah, the other adult co-defendant was here either last week or the week before that. He's still in custody. Can we do GPS if they live out of county?
I would
Yeah,
think
do you
so,
know?
because it's just, I mean, I would think so.
Judge, I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't know if we could possibly get in touch
I
with.
know we can't do AIP. I don't see why we couldn't do GPS though. I mean, just track them where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, I know that I've had some clients who are on GPS and they go out of county, and I mean, it still works because they get the report, so.
Yeah.
And if the court's willing to do that, he'll foot the expense for that. I know it is expensive, but he would pay for that.
Judge,
Have you
additionally,
read the
in the PC statement, Judge, it says that, that vehicle was being driven around in Starr County. So, I mean, there's no doubt that he's not going to be here. That also poses other issues with him appearing for his court hearings. In the future.
Jason, have you read the complaint?
Yes, I actually saw it through the juvie court. So I read more than the complaint. Yeah, so I'm privy to the facts. They're very strange.
Yeah. It strikes me odd that, well.
I feel like all of them are odd. Everything, like they drive to one specific house and then, like it's all strange to me, to be honest.
Another co-defendant had no priors, at least in Hidalgo County either, which was like, I don't know if he had anything in Starr, but he didn't have anything in Hidalgo County. And to go to that extreme as the allegations are, just like you said, to that particular house, and so forth.
Yeah, I think there's probably a little more to whatever happened from whoever. I mean,
he's got one bond set at 75,000, one at 100,000.
yes, Judge.
The bond set at 75,000. I'll go ahead and reduce it to $10,000 cash surety. The bond set at 100,000 will be reduced to $25,000 cash surety. Mr. Abran, Mr. Vera, right?
Yes, sir.
You were here yesterday, remember? You said it because your attorney was tied up in another court. She is present on the screen. We were just reviewing your case. Your attorney is requesting a bond reduction on your case. Where were you born, sir?
Starr County, University.
Who do you live with in Starr County?
My mom,
What's your address?
205 Barranco Street.
205?
Yes.
What's the name of the street?
Barranco, Barranco Street, Rio Grande City, Texas, 78582.
How long has your mom lived there?
I'm 33. I lived in my whole life there.
You were born there?
Yes, but not there, but
But you've lived there your whole life?
yes.
Who else lives in the home?
my 6 kids and my wife.
Where do you work, sir? Where were you working?
I was working at the pipeline then. My kids started school and my wife started working, so I was the one taking them to school and picking them up.
When was the last time you worked in the pipeline?
Like 1 year ago.
You have a passport?
What's that?
You have a passport?
No, I was born here.
I know, but do you have a passport? No?
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. How old are you?
33.
I'm gonna reduce the bond on, as I indicated earlier, in count one, from $75,000 to $10,000, cash surety. Bond on count two will be reduced to $25,000, cash surety. No contact with co-defendants, which means no talking with anybody that you were arrested with, the adults or the juveniles. I don't know if you were related to any of them or not, but no contact with them. Do you understand me? No text messaging or anything. If I find out that you're in communication with them, and I will find out, I'm gonna put you back in jail. Do you understand me? I'm also gonna order no contact with the alleged victims. I don't know if you know who they are or not, but the people who lived in that home, I don't want you having any contact with them. Don't send a friend to go talk to them. Don't send a text message. Don't do anything. No contact means zero communication. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
No drugs, no alcohol while you're out on bond. I'm gonna order that you get tested. At least once a month. Probation is gonna contact you. They're gonna tell you, you're gonna have to come over here to Hidalgo County. If they tell you show up tomorrow, you show up tomorrow. Not when you want, you show up when they tell you. The first time you miss a visit, you're going back to jail. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
First time you come back dirty for drugs or alcohol, you're going back to jail. Is that clear?
Yeah, I'm good, Judge.
I'm gonna hold off on the GPS for right now. If we have any issues or any violations, we may come back at a later time and order the GPS. I'm gonna order a curfew from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. It means you're home every day from 6 in the morning. You need to be home actually from 9 o'clock in the evening until 6 in the morning. You're home at 6 o'clock or whatever time you can leave to go take your kids to school. You're working fine. You need to be home every day by 9 p.m. Monday, 7 days a week. You understand me?
Yes, I understand.
Probation's gonna call your house, and if you're not there when you're supposed to be there, that's a violation. They'll notify the court. We're gonna have a hearing and see why we shouldn't put you back in jail. Is that clear? Anything else, Tracy?
No, Judge, I think that covers everything.
Iana, any other conditions you want to add?
No, Judge, it's just if you can reconsider AIP or GPS.
Well, the AIP won't work because he's in Stark County. Let me investigate with probation to see if GPS will work and what the costs are. If we need to, we can revisit that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Let's see, what is this? All right, I think that take care of that, Tracy.
Okay, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good afternoon. Good
You
luck
too.
to you, sir. We have one more, Ileana Sergio Guerra. We were informed right before court that he's infirmary or something, and so we reset him for tomorrow.
Okay, Judge, I'll go ahead and make a note here.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.